time. So I think I think it's pretty cool. We're gonna wait a little bit longer till a few more people join us, and then I'm gonna jump up. Yes, Jordan Morello, in a very good mood, but you didn't answer my FaceTime last night, so everyone, I want you to. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't hassle him. Oh my gosh, you guys have been so nice. I'm so happy so many of you are joining. This is like super cool. I was actually not out last night, but I was like at a bar, and I was at a bar like sitting just having like a coffee, and the person next to me was talking, and I was holding my book. So I made them join the book club. I've made a lot of people join the book club. I think it's been pretty cool. Can everyone hear me all right? Can everyone see me okay? Is my Wi-Fi solid? Yo, Lauren, where are you guys going to be for Labor Day this weekend? Are you guys going to be in Bragg with Harley? Because if you are, I'll bring him a copy. Awesome. All right, so I'm at my goal number, so I'm going to start talking about this book. So how many of you guys have already started reading Slaughterhouse-Five? Some of you guys started probably this morning, yesterday. This is coffee. I think passionate's a better word than nerdy. Passionate. I prefer passionate. Thank you, Dan Monahan. I think this is a great idea, too. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I've never had this many people to talk to about a book that I'm reading. Most of the time it's just my friend James or my brother and my parents. So this is going to be freaking awesome. I'm very excited. All right, yesterday. Cool. So I want to reiterate a few things for everyone that's paying attention, and I want you guys to tweet about this, or if anyone asks questions, I want you guys to be able to answer as well. You can read the book in whatever language is best for you. I want you to understand it. I don't want you to just go through the motions. But if you do want to practice reading in English, this book is a little more difficult, but I think it'd be a good one if you're, I don't know reading levels in English. But read it in whatever language you can find it in. It's an extremely famous book. All of the books I've chosen for our list are books that are extremely famous. They're books that have lasted history. I think a lot of them are extremely relevant right now. And you can find, I got books that are, yeah, I already chose books. Thank you, Alberto Rosende. I did choose books. I'll announce the next book now so that everyone, I know some people like to buy books in bulk or they want to buy more than one book at a time. Don't read ahead. But I'll announce that in a minute. Is it Tucker? Is he Tucker? What's the first thing? What is it about Slaughterhouse-Five that you loved so much when I first read it? I think one of the things that comes across very much so is Kurt Vonnegut's enormous, compassionate heart. You could tell that whatever he really did see in World War II really affected him. And you know that he really cares about the betterment of mankind and people to be better. I think that's something he talks about a lot, how people just need to be kinder. A lot of the problems we have are because we just don't want to fix them. They're not all going to be related to history, but they're all from books. They're all books that are older. Like none of them have been written in the last, I think, 5 years. Maybe one of them. I almost said one. Destructiveness of war is a very big theme in the book. Thank you, books, Emma. For me, Slaughterhouse-Five is my favorite book. Nadia, so out of 10, I'd rate it a 12. I started reading yesterday for my birthday. Oh, great. When did I start really getting into books? All right, that's actually a really great question because I should talk about why I like reading so much. In high school, I had this amazing English teacher 2 years in a row. Her name was Mrs. Krugman. Mrs. Krugman was an awesome teacher, and we read a lot of really good literature in her class. But one thing she was really able to do was kind of guide a conversation, and she like guided a conversation, and she she just really kind of made me interested in what we were reading. We read The Hobbit, we read Beloved, we read Catcher in the Rye, we read Lord of the Flies. We read all these really great books, but the book that really, I'd say, really changed it for me, the book that made me say, holy shit, reading is cool, excuse my language, is Beloved by Toni Morrison. Her use of imagery and her use of the language. Remember, people can use their words. I think that's something that you'll be interesting. Like, why do they choose to say things in a certain way? Think about Kurt Vonnegut. In the first chapter, one of my favorite things that he says he heard from that German cab rider was, if the accident will. I love that too. And I didn't really notice it until I was reading it yesterday. I was like, oh shit. I like reading a lot of different things. But I agree, Ciara O'Connor 01. Yes, everyone needs an inspirational English teacher. Literally, English teachers, they should know how important they are. And you guys should you know what, when you guys go to school, I don't know if you guys are out on summer break yet, or when you guys do go to school, before you even start the year, thank your English teacher. Thank all your teachers, because they're taking time out of their day to teach you stuff that you need to know. And that's a huge thing. Like, I don't think you realize how important that is. And I hope you do. So go thank your English teachers. Go thank all of your teachers. Please. Like, go do it today. Be like, yo, I want to just say, like, thank you for doing what you do, teach. You're amazing. Because I don't think I wouldn't be half of who I was if it wasn't for the teachers I've had. Family don't end with blood. My favorite genre of book. You know? It used to be nonfiction. It used to be like military nonfiction, biography specifically. But now it's kind of changed. I don't know if I have a favorite genre. I haven't read enough in any genre to be like, this is my favorite. You know? And, you know, that's one thing I want to talk about. Favorite 25. We keep reading the same books every year in English. I hope you're not reading the same books when you, like, from 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Or, you know, whatever grades you're in. But these books everyone's reading for a reason. They have themes that have transcended time. That have been, like, they continue to be relevant and important. And that's why I chose them. So, I'm not sick, I just woke up. So I'm a little like, why thank teachers when they're being paid to be there, though? That's a very good question, Winterfell. I'm going to answer that. Yeah, they're being paid to do that, it's their job. But at the same time, the teachers, everyone knows those teachers that aren't there because they're being paid. They're there because they truly love the fact that they get to inspire a generation of people to think and act a certain way. Like, teachers, the ramifications of a bad teacher extend much farther past that 1 year that you have that teacher. I mean, teachers are extremely treated extremely unfairly and underpaid. I completely agree, Books Emma. I mean, I saw this really funny video on Facebook of this mom paying for back to school shopping, and she's like, these people are literally teaching your kids shit that you don't want to teach them. So, like, pay them. And they're doing it in a way that you never know. Like, you might have a teacher that inspires you to look into a career that you've never thought of. And next thing you know, you might find your passion. I mean, teachers have such an opportunity. And a lot of them take it extremely seriously. And I love that. How do you thank them when they don't like us? That's not true. You still say thank you. That's one thing. A lot of people might not appreciate your gratitude. But it's always good to express that you're grateful. It's something in life. Some people won't really appreciate your gratitude, but who cares? I want to be grateful. I want to say thank you. So I don't care if you don't appreciate it. Know that I care. I care enough to say thank you. Fahrenheit 451 is like one of the alternates of the list, Megan Ocean. It was going to be on the list, but I decided to just... I didn't put it on the list. Sorry. Maybe next year. Because we're going to have, hopefully we have more and more of this book club. Hopefully it goes well. I hope you guys really enjoy. So let's get down to the nitty gritties. How am I being a student? That's a good question. How do I have time to read? A lot of people have asked me, how many times have I read Slaughterhouse 5? I've read it 4, I think. A lot of people ask me, like, how do I have time to read? I do a lot of things. I make time. I actively make time, and that's the hardest thing. Instead of watching another episode of The Office or a TV show that I've already seen, I will read. So yeah, it's gonna be weird, guys. If you guys aren't used to reading a lot, I really hope that this inspires you to read more, and I hope that you learn that all you have to do is make time. My favorite book, the book we're on. All right, Just an fan account. Is your name Justin? Because that'd be so badass. Justin fan account, just another fan account. I get it. What is the next book we're going to read? All right, give me 1 second. All right, everyone. The first book. Okay, everyone asking, we're not going to read any series this year because series take a lot of time. And I don't want to dedicate 6 months to one story this year. I want to be able to kind of diversify. Maybe next year we'll do that. So, I love Frank Ocean, Megan Hoy. Thank you for asking. That's pretty badass. Now, so the book today, Slaughterhouse 5. We're starting today. Chapter 1. We're going to talk about it really quickly, and then I'm going to let you guys go into it, and it'll be good. So, the next, everyone take note of this. I want you to tweet at me, and I'm going to retweet it 1,000,000 times. The next Instagram Live will take place next Friday. It is peanut butter on my counter. Why? I'm allowed to eat peanut butter. I'm allowed to eat peanut butter. So, on Friday of next week, which is... Who can tell me what day that is? Like September... Wait, if today's the 1st, I'm guessing September 8th. Let me take a look. We could make it Saturday. You know what? Let's do that, because I feel like that'll just be better for peeps if we make it Saturday, September 9th. All right? So that everyone can be there. So that people in Europe, we can all figure it out. I'll do it in the morning, so it's not like crazy late or crazy early for people. I'll try to do it at a decent time. I'll figure that out for myself. I'll tweet about it during the week. But Saturday, September 9th. Everyone, I want you to tweet at me that. I'm going to retweet it. I'll dive in. Saturday, September 9th, we will do our next Instagram Live. I'm not sure what time. Pay attention to my Twitter account, and I'll let you know. But Saturday, September 9th. By the 9th, you only have to read chapters 1 and 2. Yes, Ana Cat Fernandez, you can tweet me any questions, and I will do my best to answer them in 140 characters or less. Thank you, Blues Sergeant. So, oh, that's okay. You'll be at a wedding. I'm going to keep the live up. I'm going to post it so that anyone can watch it later. Maybe someone else has a couple other questions. Bianca Frank 23. I know it's this first month we're kind of testing out. Do we really need a whole month to read this book? So it might be a long time. We might be like, oh, we need less time to read this book. It's only 200 pages, so we could crush this in a week. I could crush this in a week. But one thing I really want... Oh, I don't want to do that. Element of Blank. Yes, I have read. I've read Hamlet. I've read the Scottish play. I've read Romeo and Juliet. I've read part of Coriolanus. I've read part of Midsummer Night's Dream. I have to dive in, but that's a whole other thing. So, actually, Love.Lunax, I actually lost my Tuesdays with Maury, which I was very upset about. I left it on a plane, so I was very mad. But I hope someone found it and decided to read it. I'll think of it as like an accidental gift. My Dory Mustache? How did you know? The next book, guys, for the month of October will be To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. No, there aren't any screenplays on the list, but that's genius. But remember, maybe you should book every 2 weeks. Huh. Does everyone think they could do that? Could we do a book every 2 weeks? Because that means we could seriously... You know what? We could do it book by book. Let's do it book by book. No, I don't know. How does everyone feel about that? if we try to read this book in 2 weeks. So we have to be done by September 16th, 15th. Could everyone do that? See, okay, everyone telling me about To Kill a Mockingbird. I have actually never read it. So I'm very excited. I really hope it's good. I mean, I know it's good. I've heard great things. And I've actually never seen the movie with Gregory Peck either. He won the Academy Award. So I've actually been waiting to see the movie so I can read the book, which I think is hilarious. All right, so let's challenge ourselves. We're going to read this book in 2 weeks. So it has to be done by September 15th. So I lied. Not chapter 2. We want to be about 100 pages in. We want to be at... Well, the book has 214 pages. So if we cut that in half, that's 107. But 107 isn't a chapter ending. And I like to be kind of clean. Like, I like it to end in a chapter. You know? So let's see. Can I go before that? Ooh. That's adding a significant amount of pages. So let's go before 107. Oh, perfect. Yeah, screw it. We're going to have some fun. All right, everyone. By next Friday, or by next Saturday, Saturday the 9th, I want you to have read to chapter 5. Don't read chapter 5. Read to page, whatever page you have to go, but don't read to chapter 5. Because I know the PDF is going to be different. Different books is different. So, wait, when is chapter 6 for some people is different. So we're going to do chapter 5. You're so right. Challenges do help you focus on your goals. Thank you for reminding me that I said that. The least favorite book I had to read in school, Chuckles Garcia. Charlie, man, how you been, dude? You know, I don't remember, man. If you finish the book before the deadline, that's cool. If you tear through this book and you're like, holy, I want to read this book forever, then what I want you to do is I want you to start rereading it. And I want to see if you notice things that you didn't notice before. I want you to pull out quotes that you like that you didn't notice before. And then I want you to reread to the point that we're supposed to be and only discuss up to that point. Because that's going to be important. I don't want any spoilers happening for people. Oh my gosh. Sinuous 4. Have I ever read Milkweed? Jerry Spinelli, when I was a kid, was my favorite author. That, I think Maniac McGee was him. Knots in My Yo-Yo String. I read almost all of his books when I was. The first book I ever read. Someone asked me that. The first book I ever read was that I remember reading was like Bud Not Buddy. And then after Bud Not Buddy, I started reading Jerry Spinelli's books, and I loved them. And then he was like the first author that I like went and searched for his books when I was in middle school or whatever. When I was like, I don't know how old I was. Pinkle Fairy. You didn't like Death of a Salesman. I'm going to tell you a little secret. I have tried to read Death of a Salesman quite a few times, and I haven't finished it. I think it's one of those plays or movies that I have to see. One Jen Guevara. Yes, I have read the Mortal Instruments series. But Not Body is a good book. Horror books, not so much. They kind of scare me. Where the Red Fern Grows. Oh my god, that book is sad though. Oh my gosh, sad. Have I read Steinbeck? I haven't read The Grapes of Wrath, but I've read what's the other one with Lenny and my goodness. Yeah, I bet Death of a Salesman's a lot easier before it gets me. Of Mice and Men. Thank you. Ugh. No, I haven't read The Kite Runner. That's on my personal list. Oh, want me to talk about my personal list right now? The other two things I'm reading? I'm going to do that for everyone. So, let's just confirm. By next Saturday, September 9th, we're going to have read to chapter 5. Not through chapter 5, to chapter 5. Don't read chapter 5. If you want to keep reading, you can, but we're only going to discuss to chapter 5. So that's cool. Looking for Alaska? No, but it's on my list. Someone literally told me about that like 2 days ago. So, we have to get there. Chapter 5. The next book for the month of October will be starting... Oh, wait. How many pages is this? This is 300 now. I don't know. We're going to do 3 weeks for this book. But starting September, that Monday, September 18th, I'm going to give you guys 2 days off. You can read whatever you want. Blah, blah, blah. September 18th, To Kill a Mockingbird. Does everyone understand? So, everyone, thank you for books, Emma. Thank you, Renee. If you guys can tweet about it, just tweet me the 3 things so I can retweet. Tweet me September 9th, up to chapter 5. September 16th, book done. September 18th, we start To Kill a Mockingbird. That's all I want. And I'll be tweeting him. Mitch Albom, what has he written? I want to say I have. All right, so... Now I'm going to talk about my personal reading, and then I do have to run because I have to go to set today. I kind of work. I do this show. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Shadowhunters. I play this guy named Simon. I have to go hang out with him today. So I do have to get going. My scripts are right here. So the 3 books I'm reading right now. I'm currently reading, of course. I'm diving in. I can't wait. One thing I want to tell you guys, if you're practicing... Book Thief. It's on my list. If you're practicing your English... read out loud. If you're not practicing your English and you want to practice your public speaking, read out loud. If you're an actor or actress and you do cold readings, read out loud. Reading out loud is one of the most beneficial things you can do, I think. It's what works for me. It's how I practice cold reading because it helps you get used to structure and sentence structure and all that great stuff, and then you get better at being able to lift your eyes off the page. So for actors, read out loud. I read out loud a lot. It takes a little longer, but trust me, it's solid. So, have we got this? There's also a YouTube channel with all 10 chapters of Slaughterhouse-5, an audiobook. Oh my gosh, Rita, can you tweet me that? Because that's freaking awesome. Anyone that needs it, you can do that. So, remember, September 9th is the next live. Stay tuned for the week. I'm going to talk about the other 2 things I'm reading right now. So, I'll be reading with you guys. This will be my book that I bring everywhere. I'm also currently reading Arcadia by Tom Stoppard. I've never read it. I know Billy Crudup was in the original Broadway production. I listened to his really awesome podcast, Off Camera. If you don't listen to Off Camera and you're an actor or actress, I recommend it. It's really freaking awesome. It's my favorite podcast. Arcadia by Tom Stoppard. It's a classic. I'll read out the back for you guys. In a large country house in Derbyshire in April 1809 sits Lady Thomasina Coverley, aged 13, and her tutor Septimus Hodge. Through the window may be seen some of the 500 acres inclusive of lake, where Capability Brown's idealized landscape is about to give way to the Gothic style. Everything but vampires, as the garden historian Hannah Jarvis remarks to Bernard Nightingale when they stand in the same room 180 years later. Bernard has arrived to expose a scandal he suspects took place when Lord Byron stayed at Sidley Park. Tom Stoppard's masterful play takes us back and forth between the centuries and explores the nature of truth and time, the difference between classical and the romantic temperament, and the disruptive influence of sex on our orbits of life, the attraction, as Hannah says, which Newton left out. So I'm reading Arcadia by Tom Stoppard. I try to read 1 play a week. I tend to crush plays. They're really fast to read, so I like to read them like 2 or 3 times in the same week. So I'll read this week. I'm also, for anyone that's an actor, I was recommended this book by my friend James E. Boland. So if you guys, anyone wants to check it out, it is called How to Stop Acting by Harold Guskin. Introduction by Kevin Kline. Harold Guskin has worked with a lot of notable actors that I really admire. He's worked with, I don't want to look, Peter Fonda, Christopher Reeves, James Gandolfini, a lot of really cool people, and so far I really like his, I like the book. I started it. So those are the 2 things I'm reading, along with Slaughterhouse-5, and I guess I'll just... And then I have a book before I go to bed that I like to read, and I read, it's called Once an Eagle. It's very big. So, like, that's how I like to go to sleep. I'll start reading until I fall asleep, then I'll wake up like 20 minutes later, close my book, and go to bed. So, yeah. These are the books I'm reading this month. You want me to tweet out this list? Just let me know. Tweet at me. This is what I'm reading this month. This book will take me longer than a month. This book is my nighttime book. I read like 5-10 pages a night before I fall asleep, and then I pass out. So this book is not going to be a month. This book is probably going to be a few. But these three, this is this month. How do I read so many books at the same time? I make time. It's very hard, but it's fun. And remember, this year one of my goals was to read more. So I'm really trying. Did I cover everything? Oh man, I lost my page. Did I cover everything? I don't have that much time. I just really, instead of like being on my phone and checking Instagram or Facebook, I'll be on. But yeah, if you have school, you're probably reading other books. You're doing other homework. No, it takes me long because I tend to fall asleep because I'm doing it before bed. So like I turn a little light on and I'll read until I like fall asleep, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh. Tonight's the night. Or I'll keep reading. Sometimes one night I read like 50 pages by accident because it's amazing. And then last night I read 11. But remember, I always read out loud when I read that book because I like reading out loud. You make different characters and it becomes kind of like acting. Yes, Nameless Mati. Do I have books for people who want to be actors? No, I would say read as much as you can. My friend James Boland's a big reader as well. That's one reason we get along. He's the one that gave, this is actually his book, and this is actually his book. Steal Like an Artist. I haven't read it. I can't tell you what I think about it, but if James gave it to me to read, I can tell you I think it's going to be interesting. How to Stop Acting by Harold Guskin, I really like. I have a bunch of other ones, and like once a week or whenever I finish, I'll tell you guys when I start reading a new book or new play. I'll tweet about it or let you know. Yeah, I'll bring you guys over to my bookshelf real quick. So these are the books that I have. So I've got the Spoon River Anthology, then I've got my I've got a lot of poetry books, Milk and Honey, Aristotle's Poetics, Streetcar Named Desire, and then I have my plays, Reasons to be Happy, Adam Rapp, and then like Red Light Winter. Then I have the Actor's Art and Craft, which is William Esper, the Meisner Technique, which is what I studied in college. I have Bukowski, and then I have all of my fiction and nonfiction books over here. And I have my workout books and military biography. Eric Greitens, I liked his first book, The Heart and the Fist. And then I read The Economist. So this is this month's Economist. I've been trying to keep up. As you can see, they really went in on Trump. And then I also read The New Yorker. And you could say they went in on Trump too. Isn't that crazy? Oh, I have 2 bookshelves. That's just the one that's in my living room. It looks pretty. My other bookshelf is in my bedroom. All right, guys. This has been an awesome live. I've had a great time talking to you guys. Did I like Milk and Honey? I've read parts of it. It's one of those books that's hard for me to get through because it's heavy. Some of those poems you read and they just really affect me. Whoa. Have I always liked reading? No, I did not always like reading. I did not like reading at all. Actually, if you asked me when I was in middle school and high school, I hated reading. And that's why I'm trying to reread now and create this place where we can kind of talk about books and have a great answer and have a great discussion. Because one thing that I think you guys need to realize is you have a tremendous opportunity when you read books in class. Hey! Excuse me, Stella's making noise. Yeah. Come here. I want people to say hi to you. Come here. She's running away. You have a tremendous opportunity when you're reading with a group of people that are all reading the same book, and you have a teacher leading the discussion. And I hate that in middle school and parts of high school, I didn't read. I'd go online and do the cheating thing. Not the cheating thing, but it felt like I was cheating myself because I would do Spark Notes and I'd read some books and, read the books. And that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to get you guys to know that the reading books is really actually cool, and you're gonna You're going to be like me if you get out of college and you didn't do it all the time. You're going to be like, I should have done this better. I should have paid more attention. I should have seen the opportunity that I had. So I hope that, yes, I love fictional books. So I hope that you guys, when you guys start reading new books in high school and college and all of those things, that because of this book club, you're like, wow, I can't wait to actually read the whole book. Not just like do what I have to. Yes, I still have all the fan books. I actually have them all in my room. Yes. No. Actually, I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure if they're only American authors, but I think they actually might be. We'll look into that. I'll look into that on my list, and then I'll tweet it out. Oh, your mom's joining too? That's freaking awesome. Tell her I say thank you for joining, and she can tell anyone. Pinkle Fairy. One of the reasons why I always thought reading was cool too when I was younger was my dad always had a book in his hand. So for me, it was like the person that I admired and aspired to be like, someone that read. So I don't think you can make anyone do anything, but you can try to inspire him to do it. You can be reading books. You can be talking about cool books, and maybe he'll pick up a book on his own. You never know. That's what I did. I had people talking about books, and then I picked a book that I wanted to read, and I loved it. And then I started liking reading. And because of that, it was a whole thing. No one in your family reads, and that's why you do. Well, good. At least you're the person that might inspire them. I like Alberto Senior better, too. Yeah, me too, John Wolf. You've read 6 books this month already? It's like the 15th. It's 11th. It's the 1st. It can't be. You didn't read them this month. You read them in August. That's still freaking cool. Cast members. I think Kat's joining. I don't want to speak for her, though, because I know she's very busy. So we'll see. We'll see. I haven't read Perks. I should. I was reading inside too much. Well, good. Go outside, sit in a park, and read. I love doing that. So I have to go. I have to go drop Stella off because I'm going away this weekend, and I have a bunch of stuff to do, and then I have to come back for work. So, goodbye, everyone. September 9th, we will talk again. Any questions you have for the books, let me know. Why don't I write a book? Ooh, I'm an actor, not a writer. Not yet. I'm not there yet. Not there yet. I want to show Stella Cruz, but... Oh, she's beating. Gotcha! Ugh, there she is. Stella, say hi to everyone. Alright, so me and Stella are going to go. I have to go drop Stella off because she's staying here for the weekend. So, have a great day. I hope you enjoy the book. Remember, if you want to read past chapter 5, you can, but we're not going to discuss past chapter 5. I'll reiterate that later. Then the book for the next book after we finish Slaughterhouse 5 is To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm reading 3 of the books at the same time. And if you need anything, just tweet me or post a comment or DM Rosende Reads. I try to read them all. I try to do my best. Hey. So, I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Enjoy. Peace.